So my man Rob, the final shot, my friend, is on you.
Last week was a very tragic week for myself. I've been going through a lot, and nothing has happened to me. Maybe because I'm a man, I'm privileged, educated, I don't know, but there's a serious epidemic going on in Puerto Rico, and I'm not talking even about COVID-19. I'm talking about the wave of violence against women that's going on in Puerto Rico. And I know no one really cares about what's going on. It's only 3.2 million people. But let me get this straight. 2021 has been one of the deadliest years for women in the island. We need to stop thinking that women are objects, and we need to start thinking that, to women as they're human beings. Like, I'm from a culture who we were raised by women most of the time because Pops is working. You know what I mean? We elevate our women. We talk so highly of them, but we treat them so badly at home. Domestic violence is through the roof. One of my good friends got murdered in cold blood last week. It brought tears to my eyes. It killed me to the point where I haven't cried in a long time, man. It's just so sad. The person I know since I was like very young, you know what I mean? It's just, it brought me to my knees, basically. She was murdered in cold blood. She broke up with her ex. Her ex just didn't want to deal with the truth. Like, dude, she let you go. She broke up with you. It's over. Take the L, live another day, and just date somebody else. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You feel me? That's my vision. You know what I mean? That's how I look at women. Like, I break up with one. All right, cool. We'll move on. Does it hurt? It sucks. Yeah, all that stuff, but we'll move on. Same thing with Felix Verdejo, one of the biggest prospects in Puerto Rican boxing history. One of the few guys who went toe-to-toe with Lomachenko as an amateur in the Olympics. And this guy just murdered his side chick. This dude was married with a kid, and he was having side chicks, got the side chick pregnant, some way, somehow murdered her at 8 a.m. in the morning, right next to the national airport. I mean, you got to lose your mind to a point where you going to kill somebody during the day. Like, you know what I mean? We talk about Black Lives Matter. Let's talk about women's lives matter, especially in the Caribbean, because we got to do something. And the system is against women because my friend tried to get a restraining order from the cops, and the judge wouldn't give it to her. You feel me? That's that. You think about that, and you feel how frustrating it must feel to be a woman. We got a psycho ass going to your house every week. You're afraid to get food after 7 p.m. because it's dark out, to the point that he kidnapped her, killed her, left her right on the side of the road on top of a mountain. We got to do something more for Puerto Rican women. We got to put this on the spotlight. I know CBS did a great job covering both murders, but it was just only two. There was a lot more than that.
Man, bro, thanks for sharing that, bro. For real, man.
Absolutely. I really feel you, Rob, because what made me really sick last year? What really made me sick and pissed me the fuck off was, I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, Oluwatoyin Salu, from Tallahassee, Florida.
Word.
Black Lives Matter activist out here fighting for our freedom, and she was kidnapped and killed by her boyfriend, who the same thing, Rob. She tried to get a restraining order and was not. It's such a big problem, and it's like, it's kind of like heartbreaking to realize that there's men out here like that.
Yeah.
Like the shit.
They look at women as objects. You know what I mean? Just put yourself in the woman's shoes for like a second. You know, or just think about it. It could be your sister, it could be your mother, it could be your cousin. You will lose your mind. You will flip. Like, come on, man.
Snap.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never got the mind state of, I holler at a girl and she says no, so I call her out her name. Like, I never even got that mindset. Far as long as to go to try to control her as so much as to kill her and stuff, that's that's terrible. That's just totally wrong.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not even gonna put her business out here, but you know, I was just having conversations just like this with a friend of mine. And you know, I grew up, you know what, man? I grew up with nothing but strong women. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, my father's the strongest man I've ever known, but my mom's the strongest person I've ever known. Like there's a difference. Like all my sisters, you know what I mean? All beautiful, all strong. So it always rubs me the wrong way and always angers me when I hear stuff like this, when women tell me these stories about stuff that these men have done to them, or trying to murder them, or objectify them, or treating them as less, because I don't understand that kind of logic. That makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? And it goes on so much, and that's why I appreciate you saying this, Rob, because it goes on so much that it's just like, oh no, it's okay. Like
no,
I had a
we should not normalize this. No.
Like how many times and have you heard? I've heard many a story from a woman telling me like they have been harassed or messed with to talking about a high level of it, and their loved one, they told their loved one tried to tell them, you know, don't worry about it, just chill, just deal with it. Look at the position you're in, you know, look at the position, you might lose this, you might. And that's so crazy. They would try to tell them something like that, but at the same time, they're saying that to try to protect them, because they're like, nobody's going to believe you if this comes out and they come out and they try to you try to pursue this even further, you know, and try to take them. You're going to hurt yourself. He's going to be fine. That's basically what they're saying. I mean, it drives me insane, man. It drives me crazy because there's no anything without a woman. Like there's no civilization. It don't occur. They're the backbone of it all. You know, they're stronger than all of us. They're better than all of us. Like that's just what it is. And to be treated that way and to act like they ain't on that, man, it'll always hurt. And I'm sorry, Rob, like for real.
No, it's mind-boggling. Cause she was like a year older than me. She was great. She was funny. She wasn't like a bad person or anything. She was like one of the sweetest persons I ever met. And I'm not trying to be biased. It's like, yo, she's like, we have a whole crew. And when I got the news, I thought, when I saw her picture, I thought she like got famous or something. She went viral. And then I read the whole thing in the group chat and I'm like, what? Wow. And the thing is, she's in the group chat. Her number is still there, bro. And you see that and it just fucks with you. Yeah. You feel me? For the first time, the group is broken.
Right.
And it's just, man, I did not expect that. It just caught me off guard. And man, it's just, I don't know how to feel. Like, I get sad, but at the same time, like, what can I do? I have a foundation. So I'm going to Puerto Rico this summer. I'm going to find out what can I do, you know, because I don't like just sitting there and talking about it. I like let's make a plan now. So this won't happen again. And the government is moving, but, you know, the government is slow and bureaucratic. So I'm not leaving it to them.
But you're doing something. That's why I like powerless is right. But the fact you're trying to do something is, I think, kind of where the power lies in it. Like you're not sitting on it. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to move on it and see what you can do to help. Like, and that's honestly where the power lies, because it's cliche, but it really does start with you. You know what I mean?
It starts with like people like in the neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? It starts with the group chat.
Right.
It starts because, you know, what the fuck is the government gonna do, man?
Right. Like,
it's not the cops. It's just fucking ex-boyfriend. Like,
right.
How the fuck do you know, it's just, we got to do something about it. So, you know, I don't know. I don't have any answers, but I know I can sit down with a ton of people and come up with one.
Correct.
At least one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I'll surround myself with people that, you feel me? At the end of the day, it's all about that. Yeah. It's all about that. That's why I believe that universities should be a tool for the government and neighborhoods should be a tool for local governments. You know what I'm saying? So let's organize and let's see what we can do.
I feel like something that'll definitely help is starting at the youth level. I feel like when people end up like that, they usually don't have positive male role models that have shown them to treat women like queens, to treat women Like, they're the mother of everything,
Yeah.
Like you said, they look at them as objects. I still to this day preach never hit a woman, never raise your hand to a woman. You got people that say, oh, well, what if she do this and what if she do that? You got 2 legs, you can run away.
Mm-hmm. Get out, bro. Leave.
You can find a way to get somebody else to intervene. It can result in a less or a non-physical manner. But it's all about the mentality. And like I said, I feel like it starts at a young age. It starts with the youth. So, Robert, if that's something that you really plan on doing, man, I would say start at boys and girls clubs, start at, schools, and tell your story, because that's a deep story, man.
Yeah.
That's a deep story. I was just watching something on inclusive leadership and management. And, it just talks about including everybody and making everybody feel welcome. And I feel bad because I don't remember the guy's name, but he told a mean story about his sister. His sister was molested as a kid by her father or stepfather, I think it was. She was molested by her stepfather. She ran away from home. And when she ran away from home, she went with one of her friends or whatever. They said like a week later, the friend ended up being found in a river, sexually assaulted and murdered. And they never found his sister's body. He never got in contact with his sister again. He told a mean story, man, and it just had me like, man, like, it's crazy how people think in this world. I know we done talked about a lot of different stuff. We done talked about violence and a lot of the systematic failures that we have. Just talking about trying to get a restraining order is one of them, and you can't even get a restraining order. That's a systematic failure.
Yeah,
there's something wrong with the system. It's definitely something wrong with the system.
Yeah.
But there is things that we can do, and the first thing we can do is start with the youth. Teach these young men whenever we can, whenever we got one close. It's not okay to hit women. It's never okay to hit women, because you might not be able to affect everybody in the world. You might not be able to teach everybody in the world. But the ones that you can teach. So that's just my thoughts.
Right.
Appreciate that, man. You know what I mean?
That's real, man. Start with the youth.
Start with the youth. Yeah, hell yeah. We're going to schools now, man. We're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk to people, man. We gotta tell the kids early. No, you completely right. That's a good point.
The whole time
that's where I learned it. I learned it as a kid, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. The whole time you're saying that, I'm just thinking of the lessons. You know what I mean? Even the visual ones. Like my father opened the door for my mom all the time. Any door. My mom didn't touch a door. And my mom was such a queen to the point, if I got in the car and forgot to open the door for her, she's standing out there.
Waiting.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh, my bad. And she'd be like, I know you ain't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, So I get it. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I feel that. This is Open Gym Sports and Culture.